Hi friends, how are you all today? I've got Alvin here with me. Say hi, Alvin. All right, Alvin's going to sit next to me while I read a story. This week we're going to learn a little bit about plants because plants are growing everywhere, aren't they? So this story is called The Tiny Seed. The author and the illustrator is Eric Carle. He's written a lot of fun books. One of them is The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Another one that I like is called The Very Grouchy Ladybug. But there's a lot of other books that he's written. So, Pancakes, Pancakes. We read that earlier this year. But anyways, let's talk about The Tiny Seed. I love the cover. I love his artwork, and that's the back cover because he just draws a lot of things, puts dots everywhere. It's just fun. Okay. So in this book, it starts out in autumn. You know that really, we're in spring right now, but in this book, they're in autumn. And it looks like there's pretty autumn trees there, and things are flying. It must be a windy day. And you know what? It's kind of a windy day here, too. But anyways, let me put on my glasses so I can see. All right, it is autumn. A strong wind is blowing, and it blows flower seeds high in the air and carries them far across the land. And one of the seeds is tiny, smaller than any of the others. Do you see it? It's that one. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they all going? Interesting. Well, I think I skipped a page. Let me make sure. Nope, I didn't. One of the seeds flies higher than the others. Do you see? You see the one that's higher? Uh-oh. What happened to it? It's catching on fire. I wonder why. Well, up, up, up it flies, and it flies too high, and the sun's hot rays burn it up. But the tiny seed sails on with the others, and there it is. See? And there are the others. Another seed lands on a tall, icy mountain. The ice never melts, and the seed can't grow. Look at that. But I see the tiny seed. It's still flying along. The rest of the seeds fly on, but the tiny seed does not go as fast as the others. Oh, look, it's not keeping up. I wonder why. We'll find out. Now they fly over the ocean. Look at that. You see the fish in the ocean? You see the waves on the ocean? One seed falls into the water. There it goes. And it drowns because it doesn't live in the ocean. The others sail on with the wind. The tiny seed does not go as high as the others. See the tiny seed? There are the others. I hope it doesn't fall in the ocean, don't you? I don't think it's going to. One seed drifts down onto the desert. And we can tell it's the desert because look at those prickly cactus. It's very hot. They don't get much rain in the desert. It's hot and dry, and the seed can't grow. Now the tiny seed is flying very low, but the wind pushes it on with the others. It's a little lower than the others. Let's see, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big seeds in the wind and one little one. So that equals 5 plus 1 is 6. And you guys know that. You tell me every day. Finally, the wind stops and the seeds fall gently on the ground. Uh-oh. I love birds. But look what this bird's doing. It has to eat, so it's eating one of the seeds. The bird comes by and eats one seed. The tiny seed is not eaten. It is so small that the bird can't see it. Can you see it? It's right there. It's tiny. Oh, now it is winter in the book, not here. After their long trip, the seeds settle down. They look just as if they're going to sleep in the earth. Snow falls and covers them like a soft white blanket. See the seeds? They're under a blanket. Uh-oh, but look at that. A hungry mouse that also lives in the ground eats a seed for his lunch. But the tiny seed lies very still, and the mouse doesn't see it. I do. It's right there. Do you see that tiny seed? Oh, now it's spring in the book and right here in the real world. After a few months, the snow has melted and it's really spring. Birds fly by, the sun shines, rain falls. The seeds grow so round and full they start to burst open a little bit. Oh, look, they're turning into little plants. They are plants. They're not seeds anymore. First, they send roots down into the earth, and then their little stems and leaves begin to grow up toward the sun and air. It's up, the roots go down. Okay, there is another plant that grows much faster than the new little plants, and it is a big, fat weed. Look at that. And it takes all the sunlight and the rain away from one of the small new plants right there, and that plant stops growing. The tiny seed hasn't begun to grow yet. It will be too late. Hurry! But finally, it starts to grow into a plant. There's the tiny one right there. Oh boy, look at that. What is that? That is a big foot. Can you count the toes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It must be a human foot. And leg and ankle. The warm weather brings the children out to play. They too have been waiting for the sun in spring. One child doesn't see the plants and he runs along and uh-oh, he breaks one. Now it can't grow anymore. Oh well, it was an accident. But there's the plant from the tiny seed. And there's another plant. The tiny plant that grew from the tiny seed is growing fast. But its neighbor grows even faster. Look at that. Oh no, here's a hand. There's a hand. Uh-oh. What are they doing? Before the tiny seed has 3 leaves. Now it just has them. The other plant has 7. And look, a bud and now a flower. But what is happening? First their footsteps. Then a shadow looms over. And the hand reaches down and it breaks off the flower. Maybe they want to bring it inside and put it in the vase. Oh, boy has picked a flower to give to a friend. Nice. So nice. Now it is summer. It's not summer here yet. We've got a few more months to go. Right now it's April and summer will come in June. So that's 2 more months. The tiny seed from the tiny plant from the tiny seed is all alone and it grows on and it doesn't stop. Look how big it is. I've never seen a plant that big because look how small the people are. That's probably not real, but it's fun to use your imagination when you're writing a story or you're drawing a picture. That is fun. The sun shines on and the rain waters on it, has many leaves, grows taller and taller, taller than the people, taller than the trees, the houses. And now a flower grows on it, and people come from far and near to look at this flower. It is the tallest flower they have ever seen. A giant flower. All summer long, the birds, the bees, and the butterflies come to visit. They have never seen such a big and beautiful flower. A lot of them are getting nectar from the flower. Do you remember how the butterfly sips nectar with the thing that comes down and curls called a proboscis? And the birds eat some of the seeds out of the center. Oh, wow. The seasons have moved on and now it's autumn again, which is where we started in the book. And the days grow shorter, the nights grow cooler, and the wind carries yellow and red leaves past the flower. Some petals drop from the giant flower, and they sail along with the big, bright leaves over the land, and some of them fall to the ground. Oh, wow. Look at all the seeds that came out of that one flower. You know, a sunflower, it gets pretty tall, not taller than houses, but it has a lot of seeds in the middle. Well, this flower has lost almost all of its petals. It sways and it bends away from the wind, but the wind grows stronger and it shakes the flower. And once more, the wind shakes the flower, shake. And this time, the flower's seed pod opens and out come many, many tiny seeds that quickly sail far away on the wind. There they go. and they are going on their own adventure. Who knows where they'll land? And looks like that is the end of the story. So that's a really fun story, and it's to let you know that flowers start as seeds, and then not all seeds make it, and they need dirt. They need to be in dirt, and they need sun, and they need water. And some grow, some don't make it, but they sure are pretty to look at. Well, that's the end of my story today, and I hope you all have a great day. Alvin says goodbye. Bye. And so do I. Bye.